Good morning, everybody. What a wonderful morning it is. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank God it is Friday. We have made it to the end of the week, another end of the week, and we just thank God for it. And it's time for Morning Manna. Time for Morning Manna. Glad to be here with you to share the word with you. I'm going to give Facebook Live a few seconds to get the audience together, and then I'm going to jump right into the word this morning. We're in this whole series this week talking about after this. After this, you know what? Why are we going through all of this if there's not going to be something after this? The God that we serve always has a purpose. So there has to be something after this. If you search the scriptures, there are never a time in which we go through something in the word and then there is not something that God has after that. And so that's what I'm talking about all week. And we've been dealing with it after Noah's 40 days and 40 nights of rain, after 400 years of the Israelites, after the famine, after this. So this morning we're going to do the same thing. Let me give you the ground rules. We're going to get right into it. It's the text, the talk, and the takeaway. That's what I'm going to do. This is what I need you to do. You need to share the manna. You need to give the hearts and the likes. You need to give the comments so that other people can see the comments and get the revelation that you get. And then as we share it throughout the day, other people can eat on the same manna that you had this morning. What a great morning it is. How's it going for you? How are things for you today? How are things in this whole virus? For some states, people are coming out of this. I know in Illinois, we still got 30 more days of shelter in place, staying in place. You know what? I'm not happy about it, but the fact is, I know it's for our best interest. I know it's for our best interest and for the health of the country. But at any rate, let's get into it. It's the text, the talk, and the takeaway. You share it. You give the hearts and the likes. You give the comments. And then let me give you the word this morning. The text this morning is this. This text is a little long. I want you to get it. The text is Ruth 1:1, 20, and 22. Ruth 1:1, 20, and 22. I'll read it. It says this. There was a famine in the land. Okay, here we go. The land from Bethlehem in Judah, together, a man in that land took his family and they left Bethlehem of Judah and went to Moab. The 20th verse says this: "Don't call me Naomi, call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life bitter." The 22nd verse says they returned to Bethlehem at the time of harvest. The first verse is that Ruth, mother-in-law, leaves along with her husband Bethlehem because of a famine. They moved to Moabites or Moab, and you know the story. Her two sons married two Moabite girls. Then they get in a famine. They decide to go back to Bethlehem. They arrive at the time of the harvest. Now, Naomi, has lost her husband. She has lost her two sons, and all she has is Ruth with her. What does this mean? What is the relevance? What is going on with respect to how we see this in our lives right now? Number one, there's a famine, and there is distress. There are problems, there are issues, and that's how I see the coronavirus right now. It's a huge famine in many ways. It is a huge distress. It's a huge problem in the land. And so when I look at that, I say, now, if we parallel famine, excuse me, if we parallel famine, we parallel problems, we parallel issues that we see in the text of a large situation of such magnitude that it impacts an entire country as it does here, then we can make relevance or we can make application to the coronavirus that is affecting the entire country. In fact, it's infecting the whole world right now. So we can say, now, what happened in this situation in Scripture that we might learn from the lessons of today? If there is a close parallel, and there is, the entire famine affected the entire country. How did they manage? What happened then? What was God doing then? The coronavirus has infected the entire country, the entire human race, in many respects, the entire earth. What is the parallels? Here is the talk about the text. The first thing that we learn is that the famine caused movement. Here is the man, Naomi's husband, leaves Judah because of a famine, moves to Moab. He leaves, they then leave, Naomi then leave Moab to go back to Judah. Why? Because of a famine, because of a disastrous situation. What that tells me is that there is movement. That tells me that in this virus, there is going to be some movement. There's going to be some change. There it is. There's going to be some change. You look at the things that are happening in your life that this has caused you to change. There's going to be some change. God always is requiring change when there is a serious situation in the earth or in your life. He is requiring or causing that situation or using that to make change in your life. That's the first thing. The second thing is this: the famine caused self-reflection. In the 20th verse, what does Naomi say? Don't call me Naomi, call me Mara, the Hebrew word for bitter. She said, because the Almighty has made my life bitter. Now, it calls self-reflection. If you're not having some self-reflection during this coronavirus, then you're missing the point, baby. You are missing the point totally. But now I want you to check out Naomi's self-reflection. Her self-reflection is inaccurate because it is not God that has made her life bitter. The situations that have been happening in a fallen world has made her life bitter. Now, I see it all over the internet. I hear it sometimes in conversations. People are talking about, oh, what God has called us the virus. He is the one that's behind this. No, God is not behind this evil. We are in a fallen world. And when you're in a fallen world, fallen things happen. Have you ever seen something fall off the shelf and it wasn't something bad that happened? You push a glass off the shelf and see doesn't something bad happen. We're in a fallen world. So in a fallen world, after the creation story in Genesis, Adam and Eve messed things up, then bad things going to happen. We're no longer in the Garden of Eden. And therefore, it is not an accurate thing to look at your situation right now and say, I'm living a bitter life because of what God has done. Things may not be well right now, but God didn't do it. Now, that's what you got to grab. God didn't do this. But in the self-reflection, let's know that this is the hand of a fallen situation. Here's the third thing I want to share with you. The famine caused new relationships. It caused the genuineness and the organic relationships to come out. Oh, you know the story well. Naomi says, you know what? Hey, Oprah, you go on, stay here, Moabite. Ruth, you need to stay here as well. I can't have another son for you. My sons are dead. My husband is dead. I'm headed back. There's no need of you hanging out with me anymore. And Ruth said, no way, Jose. I am going. Wherever you go, Naomi, I'm going. Wherever your people are, they're going to be my people. Your God is going to be my God. I'm not leaving. Here is this relationship that grows out of a famine, disastrous situation. One thing that you have found now, being sheltered in place, is how to build, you got it, new relationships, better relationships, improved relationships. You got to see real relationships in these times that you have been sheltering in place with your family. It's caused a whole new thing to go on right there with those relationships. And that's what took place in the scriptures there. What's your takeaway this morning? Here it is. It's a little long, but I want you to get it. Your takeaway is this: there's no strength without struggle. There's no change without challenge. There's no opportunity without opposition. And there is no purpose without pain. I'll say it again. There is no strength without struggle. There is no change without a challenge. There is no opportunity without opposition. There is no purpose without pain. You want to know what's going on after this? You're going to find purpose like you've never found before. There's going to be purpose in all that you do because of you knowing that the sensitivity and the shortness and the brevity of life itself. Hey, the Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you, give you peace. Share the manna. Share the manna. I'll see you Monday with more morning manna. Have a great weekend. Hey, go to church. All you got to do is flick on your phone and you can attend any church you want to attend. All life changes. I'll see you at 9:30. If you don't have a church to watch, then you watch our church at 9:30 right here in Facebook Live or on our New Life Tube 1. Bye now.